Welcome to the Shawn Juice Show. I am your host, Shawn Juice. Thank you. So, as you might know, the Charlie Kirk assassination keeps getting weirder and weirder, man. I don't think we're getting all the right information, and we're gonna get into that a little bit, and then we're gonna go down the feed here and see a whole bunch of interesting stuff. So let's get in this show. Remember, if you're new, please hit the follow button, subscribe. If you got links, post those links in the chat, and I will try to look at those at the end. So yeah, let's get into this. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Actually, this is where I want to start off. I want to start off here. So it says, I want to address some of the discussion. Okay, this comes from Andrew Colvelt. I don't know who the heck this guy is. I want to address some of the discussion about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, but I apologize. This was somewhat graphic. But in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle. I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet absolutely should have gone through, which is very, very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round. I've seen wounds with this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc. But it didn't go through Charlie. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned this to a doctor where there are a dozen of staff students, a special guest standing directly behind Charlie on the side of the tent. He replied, "It was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he is like the man of steel. It should have just gone through and through, and likely would have killed those standing behind him too." In the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable, marvelous, or remarkable, miraculous. Dude, to be honest, you guys, are you guys buying this shit? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna look at a couple things here. We're gonna see exactly, I don't know much about a 30-06, but I know it's a big caliber of bullet. So let's take a look at this. So here's your 30-06 right here. Here's your 30-06 bullet. You got a 5.56, 357, which is the Magnum, a 45, and a 9mm. This is a 30-06 bullet. Now you're telling me that this stopped in his neck? His bones stopped this, guys? Okay, believing Charlie's neck could stop a 30-06 bullet is ludicrous, as thinking his Saudi passport miraculously survived the 9/11 crash unscathed. Yeah, NPCs will gobble up whatever narrative the government is. Oh my gosh, yeah. We'll repost that. So yeah, that's a 30-06 bullet, man. That's pretty big. Okay, I never shot a 30-06. It's pretty big. Okay, hold on. And there we go. TPS USA statement earlier tonight relayed by Andrew. Yep, with the VA X social media platform. Would you believe that a rifle capable of splitting all three interior walls inside a construction-grade cinder block somehow managed not to break through a human neck?
All right, first shot, Ruger American 30-06 Winchester Super X 180 grain round. Let's take a shot at these cinder blocks. Ooh, look at all that smoke coming out of there. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look and see what the 30-06 did. Walking up to it, you can see where we hit right there. And it split the first wall, split the second wall, and the back wall, it kind of disconnected and punched. But it doesn't look like it hit the next cinder block there. So it went 30-06, went through 1, 2, and then broke the back wall.
Now that's point blank, but I mean, supposedly the shot was farther away, right? So, okay. This was what the bullet that struck Charlie Kirk did is a half-inch a piece of steel. Or this is what it does to a half-inch piece of steel. The surgeon working on Charlie at the hospital said there was no exit wound because of healthy bone density. I'm not a doctor, but how do bones become stronger than steel? Serious question. Okay, so that's a shot right there, right through there. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't think I'm buying it. I say this respectfully as I will take them at their word. Just to have to point out the obvious, calling him Superman wasn't something I expected. I never heard of a human neck stopping a bullet that powerful. Couldn't find anything online similar to it, so it was a miracle. I don't know. I want to call somebody. I want to get somebody on the line here. I should do like a phone thing. phone a friend. Oh, we'll make this up right now. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. Make this up right on the spot, real quick. Hold on. Hold on. You guys just bear with me, real quick. Let me see here. Okay, hold on, Shawn. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be funny. Hold on, yep. Oh, let me see here. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be funny. Okay, hold on, we got that. Okay, hold on, we're gonna follow. I'm gonna save this. Okay, save this. Oh. Follow a friend. Let me see here. We'll add this in here. Don't worry, I'm still here, guys. Just add a little something on the mix while we're doing this on the fly. Remember, I'm the producer here of the show also, so always take it as what you can. Here we go. We're gonna do that. Got it. Here we're gonna transform. Fit the screen. We'll add video capture device. Main camera. Got it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So here we go. Phone and a friend. Okay, hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
You're live on the Shawn Juice Show.
Yeah, what's up?
So have you heard the new thing that the 30-06 bullet stopped, or his bones stopped the 30-06 bullet? What do you think of that?
No.
No.
I didn't see none of that. If you got shot with a 30-06, it would make his neck kick sideways if you just grazed him.
The surgeon was saying there was no exit wound because his healthy bone density.
They got shot in the neck. They didn't even shoot him center mass. They just clipped his fucking jugular. You could see it in the picture. That's why it sprayed all that blood out when he shot him right there. They were probably aiming for his head, and they missed. They jerked, you know what I mean, and pulled right because he's probably right-handed.
Yeah, they're saying it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bones was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the man of steel. It should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed someone standing behind him too.
Yeah, dude, I don't think so. No way. You ain't gonna stop a 30-06 bullet, dude. That thing knocks a deer on the ground.
That's what I figured. You're long years of hunting with you, so
yeah,
expertise.
I could say that the damage to his neck could be a 30-06 if they were aiming for his head, and he's right-handed and he just jerked a little bit because it's almost 200 yards, a long ways.
Mm-hmm.
With wind too. And if a 30-06 just hit his neck, it'd kick his neck sideways like that, I would think, and it would spray blood out. He could have just grazed him. But what I don't get is, where's the round that hit the ground? Why didn't they find it with a metal detector and all this crap? There's no way it was in him.
Well, that's what the coroner's saying. The coroner's saying that they found the bullet inside him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just beneath the skin.
there's no way then that he didn't get shot with a 30-06. He got shot from somebody at point blank range with a low caliber weapon.
Have you seen the supposedly there's some video of like a kind of like a showing a flash on a glass window to his right, like that's when the shot goes off.
Well, it's hard to say, dude. A lot of conspiracy theories out there.
There's a lot of them.
All I know is that you're never going to know exactly what the hell happened. All I know is that this just started a total. The world's divided. You can see that already.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
I just want to get your take on that.
Yep, that's what I would say. I mean, it's hard to say, but with hunting, you shoot a deer with a 30-06, man. It drills them, drops them, they go right down. 90% of the time.
I don't know. So, do you think that was an exit wound where the blood came out, or what?
No, I think that's where they hit him. I think, like I said, I think that they were aiming for his head, center head, or maybe center mass, and he yanked, or with windage and shit. That I think it just clipped his neck the way it looked to me. Because you watched the video, it kicked his neck sideways. So that means it just took out that whole side of all of us and the way the blood sprayed out. Because I've shot many a deer.
Well, supposedly there's people claiming that they think he got shot from his back right side, and that's an exit wound where all the blood came out.
It could be. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I don't know. They got a lot of evidence. If you watched what they let go on the news, the guy did, the prosecutor, the whatever that dude was. I watched the whole press conference. They have tons of information. They have text messages from him and to his girlfriend telling him that he did it.
Yeah, do you believe those text messages? Do you believe those text messages? Hey, I didn't want to leave any evidence, but here's the gun, and I just want to, I'm going to tell you everything I did right now. Just spill it all.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Why would his dad say that that's his grandpa's gun and all this shit and fucking?
I don't know.
And they found that gun. How would why would that gun be in the woods then? You know what I'm trying to say? Or maybe he went to go do it and somebody else did it, knew that he was doing it, and somebody else killed him first.
You ever watch the movie, what's that, Mark Wahlberg Shooter?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you're looking at you don't know. All I know is that all they did was this just united the country, and they gave Trump full power to pretty much do whatever the fuck he wants now, and everybody's going to support him.
Perfect.
Think about it.
Perfect plan.
But I'm down at the river fishing. I'll let you go.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for your insight.
Yep, bye.
Well, you guys heard that right there from avid hunter. 30-06 bullet knocks down deer. No way it got stuck in Charlie's neck. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys going to listen to that? Or you think it's something else? Or you think there was another bullet? Tell me in the comments. All right, let's go on. Let's keep going on this trip. So I started off with that. Now we're going to this. I just find this this is pretty crazy shit. Biden's FBI raided James O'Keefe's home, but the search warrant they use is almost completely redacted. O'Keefe deserves to know why his home was raided. I introduced. Okay, watch it. Oh, watch this. How can you trust any of your government with anything like this? How?
The second document that I want to submit to the record, for the record, I know we don't usually read these. This one's not readable.
What the fuck is going on here?
What is that? Is that the Epstein?
It's completely redacted. For the most part, the first 50 pages. This is actually the search warrant that was served on James O'Keefe for a diary that he had already given to the government 2 months before. And as it turns out, there were no indictments here, yet he still doesn't know why he was raided, and I think he deserves.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm gonna quote this time. Like, I thought he was holding up the Epstein list here. Oh, hold on. You know what? I want to, before we go on a little too further, let's go talk to Groke real quick. I want to see what Groke has to say about this whole thing. Because I asked Groke earlier, guys. Now we're using Groke 4. Hey, Groke.
Hey,
What do you think about the whole coroner saying that a 30-06 bullet was stuck in Charlie's body and that his bone stopped the bullet?
sounds kind of wild, honestly. If we're talking about some crime scene or conspiracy theory, like JFK level stuff, a 30-06 bullet getting stuck in bone isn't impossible. It's a big, powerful round meant for hunting big game. Bones can deflect or trap bullets depending on angle and velocity, but stopped feels like a stretch without serious forensic details. If this is about a real case, like some guy named Charlie, I'd need more context to dig deeper. Got a source or more specifics?
We're talking about Charlie Kirk.
Oh, that Charlie Kirk? Yeah, I saw some buzz about that. From what surfaced online, like reports from his team's producer, the surgeon said a 30-06 round hit him in the neck but didn't exit. Bone supposedly stopped it. No clean through and through like you'd expect from something that size. Weird, right? Ballistics experts say it's possible, if the angle was just right. Dense bone like the cervical spine could deflect or fragment the bullet. But honestly, sounds like a 1 in a million shot. The guy's producer called it miraculous. Either way, glad he's okay.
What are you talking about? He was assassinated. He wasn't okay.
No, wait, you're right. I mixed up timelines there. Charlie Kirk was assassinated in Utah last week, shot in the neck during his speech. The 30-06 bullet. Yeah, forensics said it lodged in his spine. Stopped by bone, no exit wound. Tragic. The guy's gone, and the suspect's facing the death penalty. Sorry, that was a dumb slip.
Come on, Groke. Okay. I still don't know what to think about it. I don't think it's possible. Okay, here we go. Total blackout in Gaza. Israel cuts all communication lines to hide its final stages of the genocide. Hold on, severe communication free. There's 800,000 Palestinians still. Like, how many people are? I want to know. I wonder how many people are left are actually in Gaza. That place is leveled, man. That place is leveled. And that's another question. It's like, oh well. Supposedly there's there's hostages, right? Where the hell are the hostages being held? Like, the place is fucking leveled. It's leveled, man. How is there hostages still there? How is anybody alive still there? I just don't understand. All right, let's go to this. Matt Gates here. I have personal knowledge as to many of claims Tucker is making here. They are 100% true. Tucker Carlson said that Charlie Kirk told him at a TPUSA Student Action Summit last July and highlighted Epstein's connection to Mossad. Okay, let's listen to a little bit of this.
I said, probably not going to talk about that. I'm not going to torture you. I know your donors hate this when I say that. And also Epstein was in the news, and it was clear to me that, Epstein's probably not like a Mossad agent or something, but Epstein clearly had contact with Israeli intelligence and American intelligence and French intelligence, but the only one you're not allowed to talk about is Israeli intelligence. But it seemed true to me, and I had done some work on that, and I knew a bunch of people pretty close to that story. So I thought that, and I said that to Charlie, and I said, but I'm not going to say that because I don't want to make your donors mad. I know it's just going to be like an endless.
Don't make those donors mad, man. You don't want to make those donors mad. Fuck the donors. That's what I say.
Flurry of text telling you to stop or you're going to lose a bunch of funding. And he
or maybe lose your life.
Looked at me, I'll never forget it, and said, go all the way. Do it. Go all the way. I said, man, a lot of things I can talk about. I don't need to talk about that. And he said, do it. So I did it. By the way, I think that conversation.
Holy shit. So Charlie Kirk told Tucker Carlson to go for it, man. Do it. Even though he was on. Like, he knew what was going to happen. Maybe he was trying to play it like the yin-yang double-side thing. They always want these two sides for some reason. It's weird.
He had a mic on, and so did I. It probably exists somewhere on somebody's server, but that's, I think, a faithful rendition of what he said. And by the way, I'm not trying to blame him for my remarks. You can agree or disagree with those remarks, but I'm saying this only because I was shocked and sickened by the reaction of the ghoulish and really repulsive reaction of the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, to Charlie's death. Basically made it all about him and all about his country, immediately trying to take the energy, the sadness, the grief that people felt over Charlie's murder and redirect it towards support for whatever project he's involved in.
Man, Tucker Carlson's good, man. He's fucking good. At first, when he was on what was it, Fox News or whatever, you know, I probably couldn't believe shit he was saying, but now that he's on his own, I feel like I gotta believe what this guy's saying. Literally, this guy, I think he's telling the truth.
And by the way, Benjamin Netanyahu is not the same as the nation of Israel at all. Bibi is despised by many people in Israel, and if you know people who live there, you know that that's true. There are huge divisions within the Israeli government. I mean, there are certain parts of the intel world in Israel that do not support some things that Benjamin Netanyahu has done recently. So it's not the same as attacking Israel, attacking Bibi, but I don't think I've ever seen anything lower than his attempt to hijack Charlie's memory and use it for his own political ends, particularly because what he said was completely untrue. Charlie didn't hate Jews. He loved Jews. He had tons of friends who were Jews. He loved the state of Israel. He loved going there. He did not like Bibi Netanyahu, and he said that to me many times, and he said it to people around him many times. He felt that Bibi Netanyahu was a very destructive force. He was appalled by what was happening in Gaza.
You know one thing, you listen to Tucker Carlson here too, and you can look at his eyes. You know, a lot of times when people are fucking fake, you just look up, you see him like this. You know, like every time. Oh no, look at this. You'll see him like this, and then you'll see him like this, and they're talking to you, and they're like this, because they're reading off a prompter. It's not coming from the heart. It's not real. Okay, a lot of people are just fake. I don't think Tucker Carlson's fake at all.
He was above all resentful that he believed Netanyahu was using the United States to prosecute his wars for the benefit of his country, and that it was shameful and embarrassing and bad for the United States, and he resented it. Didn't hate Netanyahu. He wasn't out there with a placard saying that, but he certainly expressed that to me and a lot of other people. And there's no question that Bibi's defenders on the internet will call me a liar or a kook.
You guys want to watch this whole thing? I think I'm going to move on here. I'm going to post this. I'm going to share that in the chat. You guys want to take a look at that? Go ahead. Go check out that one. Okay, hold on. Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene discuss how and why the U.S. Politicians put Israel first. All right, let's hear this.
To be clear, the $3.8 billion that we provide Israel every single year is part of...
You Jew motherfucker, you!
Yeah, $3.8 billion.
Legislation that passed under the Obama administration, a 10-year program, which is set to...
Oh, and then fucking Trump wants to send what 9.8 billion more or something, like for art? What? No.
Expire in 2026. So that fight is coming up because I'm sure Israel is going to expect our Congress to re-up and potentially increase the amount of money they can expect from American taxpayers on a yearly basis. In the case of Israel, though, what's really interesting is on top of that $3.8 billion that they receive every single year, you know, you have presidents, and Biden certainly did this literally over 100 times during his administration. He just went, like, he bypassed Congress altogether to provide Israel with tens of billions of dollars in additional military support and military funding. And Trump has done similar things during the short stint he's had in his second term. And I want to kind of understand, what have you as a congresswoman experienced kind of like behind the scenes? Like, what is it about Israel in particular that gets our lawmakers to just be unwavering in their support and their willing?
That's a good question. What is it? What is it? Oh, is it cha-ching, 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 cha-ching? Got my coffers are all set up, guys. I'm getting a lot of campaign funding from Israel.
To shell out endless amounts of money to that country.
There is no country all over the world that gets the attention, the funding, the dedication, the amount of votes, legislation, resolutions other than Israel. As a matter of fact, we've voted, I think it's over 21 to 23 resolutions denouncing anti-Semitism, denouncing anything happening towards Jewish people since I've been a member of Congress, January of 2021. And I've never
Dang, so she's new, 2021.
seen resolutions for any other cause like that, in that number. Part of it is there's Christians in America that really believe that verse in Genesis, bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. And they believe that applies today to the secular government of Israel. I personally don't believe that, and I'm a Christian. We don't believe in that verse in Genesis, meaning that covers up everything that Jesus did. But I think that holds a lot of power over many of my colleagues and a certain percentage of Americans today. But I think the separation of understanding that being against what the secular government, nuclear armed government of Israel is doing, it doesn't make you an anti-Semitic person. It doesn't make you against.
What? It doesn't make you anti-Semitic? Oh, what? You can't question stuff?
Jewish people.
How much of a factor do you think it is that members of Congress know that if they oppose Israeli funding, that mainstream media will come down on them like a ton of bricks? That they'll be accused of being anti-Semites, that their career will be threatened, etc.
Oh yeah, big time. It's ridiculous.
Because they're all owned by Jewish. They're probably like the big three. I bet are all owned. Let's go find out. Actually, let's go find out here. Let me see here. I want to see here. Let's see what Grok has to say. Grok, is the big media companies in America owned by Jewish people?
Not exactly. It's more nuanced than that. Major outlets like Disney, Comcast, Warner Bros., and Paramount are led by folks with Jewish backgrounds, like Bob Iger, Brian Roberts, David Zaslav, and David L.
Enough said. I think we are the answer. It's not equal to that, but I think it is, guys. I think it is. Okay, it says breaking news. Congressman Tim Burchett just revealed that entities are coming from 5 to 6 deep water sites on Earth. Okay, let's hear this.
What if these are entities that are here on this Earth, that have been on this Earth, that who knows how long, and that we think they're coming in from way out. Maybe they did millennia ago, but they're here and they're in these deep water areas, and that's why. I mean, like we say, we know more about the face of the moon than we do what's going on there. Now, we have a higher propensity of sightings around these 5 or 6, I believe, deep water areas. And so, to me, it just it creates a question there. And then when we have naval personnel telling me that we have these sightings and that there's these underwater craft they're chasing that are doing hundreds of miles an hour, and the best we've got is something that does maybe just a little under 40 miles an hour. So I got a lot of questions about that stuff, and I mean, what if?
Okay, hold on. I think I'm gonna start sharing. If I start posting these in the chat, and you guys can take a look at those also if you want to like or share or anything like that. Okay, I became the world's first human gene reprogrammer to save my wife. Now my son. 1 billion plus people live with gene silencing, cancer, degenerative development. I developed a way to switch those genes back on. I changed science and future medicine for family. Yours too.
I became the first human gene reprogrammer to save my dying wife, and now to save my son. My wife was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer. Conventional treatments failed. Alternative treatments failed. I taught myself genetics, molecular biology, and pharmacology in our basement, and I've written the first ever paper, peer-reviewed by doctors including Dr. Greer from Mayo Clinic. First ever paper showing that native gene restoration and function.
All right, why is this guy dead yet? Right, usually people do this good stuff like this, then they just get offed.
in a human being as possible. My wife is patient zero for proving that we don't need to edit DNA like CRISPR-Cas9 to restore gene function. We restored multi-locus, multi-gene, multi-chromosome function in my wife with molecular proof. In the paper, link will be in the comments. Her tumors grew a centimeter a week.
Paper link. I gotta see if this paper link here. So the comments. Okay, copy link address. I'm posting that in the chat. You guys want to take it out? I'm gonna take a look at this too. I'm gonna save this here. Actually, open link, a new tab. Triple. This alone led to a triple lifespan. Whoa. Okay. You guys want to check that out? We'll save that. I saved that. Okay. Why did I retweet that? Oh, sorry. Repost that. Great to see people finally speaking up.
Acceptable. And I think the real answer is Jeffrey Epstein was working on behalf of intel services, probably not American. And we have every right to ask, on whose behalf was he working? How does a guy go from being a math teacher at the Dalton School in the late 70s with no college degree to having multiple airplanes, a private island, and the largest residential house in Manhattan? Where did all the money come from? And no one has ever gotten to the bottom of that because no one has ever tried. And moreover, it's extremely obvious to anyone who watches that this guy had direct connections to a foreign government.
Hold on. And he's speaking at Turning Point right now. Turning Point USA is in the background. Okay?
And no one's allowed to say that that foreign government is Israel because we have been somehow cowed into thinking that that's naughty. There is nothing wrong with saying that. There is nothing hateful about saying that. There's nothing anti-Semitic about saying that. There's nothing even anti-Israel about saying that. I've spent my entire life pretty much in Washington, where I knew and loved a number of people, including one very close person who worked at CIA. That has never prohibited me from saying.
I like this. Look at these posts here. You got one right here. Instagram. But now you got my show. You got just keep on taking him.
I think the CIA has done some horrible things. Murdered a bunch of people, participated in the murder of a sitting U.S. president. It's got a whole trail of crimes. That doesn't make me a disloyal American. It doesn't make me anti-American in any sense. I was born here. My family's been here for hundreds of years. I love this country. That's why I live here.
America first.
So criticizing the behavior of a government agency does not make you a hater. It makes you a free person. It makes you a citizen. You're allowed to do that because you're not a slave. You're a citizen. And you have a right to expect that your government will not act against your interests, and you have a right to demand that foreign governments.
Oh, sorry.
Governments not be allowed to act against your interest. That's not creepy. It shouldn't be forbidden. And yet all of us have trained ourselves to believe that you can't say that somehow. That that's like too...
Never. I've never been that way. I always speak my mind, speak the truth. What I believe is the truth, right? What I believe is the truth. And I think you got to do that. If you're American, you got to stand up for your rights, your values, your beliefs. So, you know, if you want to pray, pray. If you want to preach, preach. If you want to have a podcast, do a podcast. You know, that's what we're going forward. We're not going to be controlled here by some big foreign governments and local governments. You work for us. Remember that. We're not Democrats, not Republicans. We are Americans. Right?
naughty and forbidden. And the effect of making that off limits has been to create a lot of resentment, and I'll say it, hate online, where people feel like they can't just say, like, what the hell is this? You have the former Israeli prime minister living in your house. You have had all this contact with the foreign government. Were you working on behalf of Mossad? Were you running a blackmail operation on behalf of foreign government? By the way, every single person in Washington, D.C. thinks that. I've never met anyone who doesn't think that. I don't know any of them that hate Israel, but no one feels they can say that. Why? And I think the longer that we play along with it, the more subterranean and creepy and hateful the conversation actually becomes. So I think it's better just to say it right out loud. Did this happen? And of course, that question has been asked to the government of Israel, and their answer is, we're not going to tell you. And
we're not going to tell you. I don't know. I don't think it's all the Jewish people. I think it's the Israeli government. I think that's what it is. I think it's the government, their government, and the United States government. And I think that's what it is. And, you know, take it or leave it. We're being fucking, we're like the average person is just being thrown from the mud right now. Okay, hold on. What's this? The executive director of Israel National Cyber Directorate, Tom Alexandrovich, who was arrested in Las Vegas last month for allegedly trying to arrange sex, aka rape a child, has been in the United States for 3 months before his arrest. What exactly is this alleged pedophile and top Israeli official who works for Benjamin Netanyahu's office doing here for 3 months? This needs to be investigated. Alex Androvich should be extradited to the United States so he can be questioned by authorities and face proper justice. Yeah, I honestly think that's true. You know, he worked with the Israeli government for 14 years. What if he was trying to become like the new Epstein? Oh shit, guys. Task force officers later contacted us at the meeting location. He was taken into custody at the Henderson Police Department. The report said, an interview with the suspect documented in the arrest report. He told police that he was visiting Las Vegas for the Black Hat Conference, and he had worked for the Israeli government for the past 14 years. He said he's been in the United States for the past 3 months since cryptocurrency event in New York City. So what was he doing here? It was a Black Hat event. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just weird that they can just let him off like that. It seems like, I mean, Charles Manson was getting let off by the CIA when you're talking about MK Ultra. So, okay, what's this? Jamie Raskin shows casual videos of all the podcasts he's been on for the last several years, where he repeatedly claims Epstein's black book is under the direct control of the FBI director. This is the cover-up you get when you put a podcaster in charge.
Director Patel, before you joined the FBI, you railed against it for covering up Jeffrey Epstein's human trafficking ring. Let me refresh your memory with this clip.
It has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
So you finished that December 2023 interview with a challenge to the FBI and harsh words for Republicans in Congress for not getting the Epstein files out to the public. You can see this clip.
Boy pants, and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are, you said. You emphasized that the president and the FBI director each had complete authority to release Epstein's client list. You said Epstein's black book is under the, quote, direct control of the director of the FBI. Look at this clip.
This is way off the topic, but who has Jeffrey Epstein's
black book?
Black book.
FBI.
But who? That is, I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
All right, so you were sworn in as director more than 200 days ago. Now the black book is under your direct control. So why haven't you released the names of Epstein's co-conspirators in the rape and sex trafficking of young...
Holy shit. Kash Patel The American people want answers. You have the Black Book. Where is the Epstein list? Who is on the list? Put on your big boy pants, Kash Patel, and figure it out. The American people want answers. Shame on you. Wow, that's a crazy, crazy clip, guys. Crazy clip. Copy the link here. I'll post that. You guys want to check that one out? Man, that's crazy. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. And it's like, I'll probably I could talk about it in a skiff, right? I'll just do a skiff. Okay, Jimmy Kimmel lied on national TV and claimed Charlie Kirk's killer was MAGA. Now he's canceled definitely by ABC. Actions have consequences. Let's hear this. I never heard this.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
So that's what he just said. So he just said Charlie Kirk is one of them. That's it.
In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. Okay. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
That's probably why I took it out the air right there. Probably pissed Trump off.
Demolition, construction.
I mean, I don't really think he said anything bad about Charlie Kirk, to be honest with you. I don't hear anything bad. But I think that's what I think he pissed Trump off with that.
This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
I don't know. And I think you need that. You need both sides. Now remember this. Remember this, guys. When it was COVID and masks and it was a Democrat in the presidency or whatever, everything was getting pushed. Everybody was getting canceled for vaccine mask mandates and shit. Now it's a Republicans canceling everything Democrat related, right? And it's always them. They want to put everybody against each other. Every fucking buddy needs to be against each other. They want to push their narrative from this side. You got to push that narrative from that side. It's a yin and yang. For some reason, it's always like this. It's two sides. It's left, right, conservative, liberal, bullshit. You know? And I just don't see it, man. You cut open your hand right now. Look, we all bleed the same. Every kid around here, any kid getting killed in the Gaza Strip bleeds the same as you or me. Okay, here we go. Acoustic analysis confirms the shooter was near ground level, not a rooftop. Crack bang intervals across all recordings, 0.08 to 0.1. How are normal people are just doing this, man, doing the work of the FBI. This is insane. With each clip, all of them reflect a crack/bang that aligns with a 70 to 90 foot distance band. Some examples. This one showcased the two waveforms, especially telling, as both these clips not only were most defined, but also happened to be both recorded on a balcony level. Ooh. With this, a 70-90 foot firm flash capture near ground level matches the timing. Ooh. The rooftop theory fails will require a 0.37 second delay at 130 meters, 426 feet, which is much louder report. Man, okay, I'm going to give you guys this. You guys want to check this out? This is insane. Let's keep moving on. Jimmy Kimmel live pulled off the air. Why he joked Kirk's killer might be pro-Trump. I don't think he joked. I don't know, whatever. Within 48 hours, Trump's FCC threatened Disney/ABC's license, and they caved. That's not cancel culture. That's state censorship in real time. Fuck that is.
Off the air indefinitely. This follows a controversy over comments the late-night comedian made Monday night about Charlie Kirk's suspected killer and the MAGA movement and their reaction to the assassination. Let's get straight to CNN's chief media affairs correspondent, Brian Stelter. Brian, what is going on?
That's right. This is fast developing this afternoon, Jake, amid pressure from the Trump-aligned FCC. And in the past few minutes, ABC confirmed to CNN that Kimmel's show will be off the air, quote, indefinitely. We have not yet heard from Kimmel or his representatives. That's how quickly this has been developing. But let's back up and look at what Kimmel actually said on the program that has caused controversy. This is from Monday night in his Monday evening monologue. Kimmel
also, this is different. Oh, let's see this.
Suggested that the alleged killer of Charlie Kirk might have been a pro-Trump Republican. He said, quote, the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. He said in between the finger pointing, there was grieving. Kimmel was expressing what we've heard some.
I don't understand. I mean, was he MAGA? I don't fucking know. Okay? Nobody knows. Everybody's pointing fingers. Oh, this way, that way. Yeah. Nobody knows for sure. You know, I think I don't know. Does anyone know what side was on? I don't know what side he was on, to be honest with you. Okay, Massey exposed Epstein list. Should be front page news. You know why it's not.
You replied, according to the transcript.
Oh, god damn it. Can't watch it. Evidently, it's got some crazy ass stupid music. Let's look at some of the posts. The reason that I wonder if I get it on. We'll just look
traffic them to anyone else.
Ugh. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. According to the victims who cooperated with the FBI in that investigation, these documents in the FBI possession, your possession detail at least 20 men, including Mr. Jeff Stanley, CEO of Barclays Bank, who Jeffrey Epstein trafficked victims to. That includes list includes at least 19 other individuals, one Hollywood producer worth a few millions of dollars, one royal prince, a high-profile individual in the music industry, over one very prominent banker, one high-profile government official, oh shit, one high-profile former politician, one owner of a car company in Italy, one rock star, one magician. Oh shit, at least 6 billionaires, including a billionaire from Canada. Wow. Wow. And that's only 20. That's only 20, guys. It's not. That is 20. Holy shit. This is only 20. I can imagine it gets worse. Okay. Story just got a little crazy. That if I'm right about this, Kash Patel is going to prison. So this got from Ryan. Okay, let's see here.
None of this fucking makes sense. So I got the video right here. It says 9/10/2025. This is at 12/23/42. This is showing the killer running and jumping off the roof with a
Yeah, there was a point. Why didn't they show, like, they only show that corner of the building, him running off there. Why don't they show, like, where he was laying or anything like that? They don't actually show that.
rifle. Over here, according to the transcripts, it says, this is, I asked Grok, according to the transcripts, it says Kirk is fatally shot in the neck by a bolt-action rifle at 12:27.
Okay, hold on. I want to see that. Grok, at what time was Charlie Kirk shot?
Charlie Kirk was shot around 12:23 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, right in the middle of his speech at Utah Valley University. The timeline from cops and witnesses pins it there. Single sniper shot from about 140 yards away.
Oh, that makes sense. So I'm thinking that is definitely not right. So that was definitely not right. I think that was, I mean, sometimes you got to check Grok on your shit. Sometimes you have to check.
Hey, can anybody help me and explain to me why?
All right, hold on. Just give me a second. We're going to. Okay, you guys need to settle down. Oh, I got the peanut gallery out there. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. Hold on. What's the? Is that the? Hold on. He's saying it's the official transcript. Grok, do you have official transcript of the day when Charlie Kirk was shot?
There's no full official transcript of Charlie Kirk's speech that day, just pieces from press conferences after. From what Utah officials release, the shooting hit at 12:20 Mountain Time, mid-sentence while he talked border security. Rev's got a rundown. He was ranting about woke agendas when the shot rang out. Bodyguards rushed him. Crowd panicked. Bullet was .306, lodged in his spine. Want quotes or more details?
I don't know what to think about this one. I don't think this is true here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, this is interesting. Honda just killed the evil industry and nobody was ready.
It happened quietly. No grand reveal, no Elon tweet, no Wall Street buzz. But 5 minutes ago, in a hidden test facility in Japan, the electric car era died. Inside Honda's R&D vault, a prototype was rolled out. Not an EV, not a plug-in hybrid. Something entirely new. A self-charging hybrid engine with zero range anxiety, zero dependency on the grid, zero lithium. It doesn't need a charger. It doesn't want one. You fuel it like a regular car, and it generates its own electric power while you drive. Let that sink in. The result? 760 kilometers range, 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. Fuel economy under 5L 100 km. And guess what? The entire engine costs less than a third of a standard EV powertrain. Panic spread fast. Tesla halted Cybertruck upgrades. Rivian shares dropped like a rock. Battery startups slashing staff. One insider whispered, "If this engine's real, we're done." And this isn't science fiction. Honda's been developing this since 2008 under a classified project.
Damn, I wonder if they can get this released, man. I don't think they're going to get this released. That's going to cost that many people to lose their jobs.
Called HX Prime. They buried it to avoid conflict with oil giants, battery lobbyists, and government contracts. Now, it's back, and it's everything the EV industry never wanted you to see. No rare earth metals.
Okay, hold on. Grok, does Honda got a secret engine that could kill the EV industry?
Not really. Honda's not hiding some secret weapon. They've been hyping hybrid and hydrogen tech, like their CR-V with a fuel cell that refuels in 3 minutes and goes 400 miles. It's slick, zero emissions, no battery woes. But calling it an EV killer? Overhyped. Posts on X talk up a hyper-hybrid engine beating EVs on range and refuel. But it's mostly marketing. Hybrids and hydrogen are bridges, not game enders. Tesla and others aren't sweating yet.
No cobalt, no lithium, no waiting 8 hours at a charger in freezing weather. You just drive. The engine captures heat, vibration, and motion, turning them into electricity in real time. The emissions? Practically vapor. The maintenance? 42% lower than traditional engines. This isn't a car. It's a revolution on wheels. And it's already disrupting global markets. The age of batteries is ending. The new king? Closed-loop hybrid autonomy. Strap in, because this is just the beginning.
Interesting. Copy that link. I'll post that, guys. Yeah. FBI released more leaked messages from Tyler Robinson. These messages kind of just sound, hello, roommate and lover. It is I, Tyler James Robinson. This sounds like just made up. Hello, Tyler James Robinson. As a reminder, my pronouns are she. No way. You're never going to believe what I did. I was the one who killed Charlie Kirk. What? Question mark. Yes, I did it. Let me tell you all the details here in writing, so you know everything. But you need to promise me you will never show this chat to anyone, particularly the FBI, which is much better run now than Cashman. Yes, I promise. Please start advocating and spare no detail. Okay, well, I was planning in the earnest approximately. Oh my god. Hold on, is this fucking real? Is this real? Oh my gosh, no way. Oh my god, this is a real chat. I gotta know. Like, I can't. This gotta be fake, right? This gotta be fake. This has gotta be fake. Because the Antifa mentioned. The Post claims FBI released these messages, but no official FBI statement. Collusion, inconsistencies.
How to get the Wi-Fi here.
Okay, well, later. I'm in the middle of something. Close my door, please. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. Okay, something is off. This man was spotted wearing a law enforcement badge at the crime scene. Kirk's assassination. The second he noticed the camera, he tore it off and hid it. What the heck? What the heck? Takes it off, hides it. I don't know. That's very weird. Very weird. Person to offer even just displaying a badge with authority is crime. If he was law enforcement, why would he behave like this? If he wasn't exactly, what was he doing? Yeah, that's very weird. Okay, let's hear what Candace says here. Candace Owens reveals locals who live in the neighborhood where Tyler Robinson's rifle was found. Says the firearm was found in a chicken coop next to an abandoned house owned by Utah Valley University. What?
And it was found by her chicken coop. The locals are theorizing. Again, we have no proof of this. But this is what they are saying is that they're not being honest about the fact that the house right next door to where the gun was found is a mysteriously vacant home that is owned by the university itself, and that is where they believe that the true shooter ran to following the assassination of Charlie Kirk. they think, and again, they're floating a theory here, that Tyler Robinson was instructed to merely drop off his gun, okay, walks onto campus to simply drop off his gun at the chicken coop place. So I'm going to show you that. Do we have a map of that vacant property and where the gun location is found? And he says you'd have to be an insider to know that the general direction that that person is running, even though they're very close, similarly, would lead him to the vacant home that we've all kind of had questions about. You know, it's kind of been vacant for a while. And actually where the gun is found, it's just two different places. So his theory is that Tyler Robinson, and this line with our decoy boy, right? I did it. Oh, actually, it turns out that I have child pornography, is that Tyler and Lance could have gotten mixed up in some deep internet stuff, which makes sense because as we have learned, Lance is deep on the web, and that they were actually instructed, maybe they're getting out of the situation. Again, we are in full theory zone. I'm telling you what I'm hearing from locals. This is not Candace Owens' theory, but this would make more sense to me, that these were just guys that said, okay, if we found something weird on your camera or weird on your laptop, here's what you're gonna have to do to get out of this. Maybe they're being blackmailed or threatened, or you're gonna go to prison for a very long time. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take this weapon.
Holy shit! And who was, you know, like, what kind of intelligent agency would use child pornography to blackmail people? Crazy. Holy. Oh. Okay, shut the mic. The Israel army spokesman accidentally confessed Gaza's death toll is double what they claim. They cut his mic right after. His face went beetroot. Never trust a word they say.
Sorry, but just to be clear, what is the total number then of civilians who've been killed?
So the estimate currently is that there is something in the realm of 1 terrorist killed, and in that context, 2 civilians killed. So that's a very, very low
So 60,000 civilians have been killed?
Those would be the estimates, right?
So your death toll.
So
you just to be clear.
No, but let me explain.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will now say something. You won't just filibuster me. What you've just said, if I may be clear, you said that the number that the Gaza Health Ministry, which is Hamas run, that their numbers were wrong. But unless I'm mistaken, your total numbers are higher than theirs. You've just said 2 to 1 civilians.
What I'm saying about the Gaza Health Ministry, because I think this is a very simple point. I don't understand why it's struggling to be understood by you. What I'm saying about the Gaza Health Ministry, and this is something that's been part of this war since the beginning of the conflict, is that there's absolutely no differentiation between terrorists who have been killed and civilians who have been killed.
How many civilians have been killed, do you think?
I've answered your question.
What's the number?
I've answered your question.
Give me the number.
No, I've answered your question.
I'd like you to give me a number.
A very clear ratio. And one of your great errors is that you continue.
I tell you what, don't worry about my interviewing skills. You worry about your maths
of a battlefield.
Okay.
Pardon me?
How many civilians have been killed?
I've answered you about Hamas.
What's the number?
I've then given you the ratio. You can go away and do the mathematics.
No, you can do the maths.
I have told you. No, I've told you. I've answered you.
Tell me.
You
motherfucker,
you.
Why won't you tell me how many civilians have been killed?
Why won't you take my earlier answer?
Give me the number.
It's approximately 2 civilians per enemy combatant.
Okay,
That's
so let me stop you.
Ratio.
Let me stop you.
I'm confident.
So in other words, 60,000 civilians have been killed. Is that what you're saying?
I've said it to you before. Other people have said this to you. These are estimates. Nobody knows with any certainty.
But you just said 60,000. Benjamin, I don't think you realise what you've said.
You'll have to. No, I realise.
Your numbers are much higher than the Gaza-run health ministry. Do you not understand what you've told me?
No, I understand very, very well.
Two
what I've told
civilians
you.
to one
I'm talking
terrorist,
about-
30,000 terrorists. 2 times that is 60. That's 90,000 people have been killed. That is way higher than the numbers given by the Gaza Health Ministry, which you've tried to say are wrong.
listen,
Okay,
that
thank
is
you
your
very
area,
much,
your time.
Benjamin.
It will be remembered.
If you don't shut up, we are going to cut your mic. So if I were you, shut up and let Yotam have the last word.
I
Yotam.
work with many of the hostage
Oh, shut up,
families.
please.
You
Yotam.
do not speak for
All
them.
right, cut his mic, please.
You do not speak
You
for them.
Jew motherfucker, you!
Okay, thank you.
Yep, cut his mic. Damn. Okay. Okay, wow. Did anybody else know this about the Utah State University? Just fact check. This is all accurate.
Okay, does anyone else think it's odd that Tyler Robinson, the Charlie Kirk shooting suspect, heads to Utah State University, a school with uniquely heavy CIA ties, for just one semester in 2021 as a pre-engineering major, then mysteriously drops out and heads back home? He was a bright kid, top 1%, ACT score of 34, 4.0 GPA in high school, and got a $32,000 presidential scholarship. The university's Center for Anticipatory Intelligence, the nation's first program of its kind, led by ex-CIA analyst Jeannie Johnson and co-founded by former CIA Assistant Director Matt Barrett, actively recruits STEM kids like Tyler for its interdisciplinary intelligence training. There are no known direct connections yet, but with the USU's strong CIA and Israeli ties via over $2.4 million in research grants, you have to wonder what sparked the sudden exit. What do you guys think? Comment below.
Whoa. Is that true? I want to find out that. Let me take a look at that. Hey, Grok, is U or UVU one of the head places for CIA intelligence training?
Not quite. UVU runs some solid programs, like the Open Source Intelligence Center and National Security Studies, which train on stuff like cyber threats and analysis. But it's not CIA run. Think of it as a feeder. Grads end up at places like the FBI or SAC, doing real intel work. No black site vibes, just Utah-level practical skills. If you're eyeing spook life...
Okay. Take it as where you want it. Yeah, I'm just gonna like this.
Hello, my love. You have no doubt heard of the shooting, and I must admit, 'twas I. I had hoped to keep the secret to the grave, but alas, I have not lasted the better part of an hour. Why have I committed this act? 'Twas the hate of the man. Reason had no purchase in the poor soil of his soul. You have not asked, but in case you were wondering where I hid the rifle, my love, 'twas over yonder by that lingering squad car. My old man shall surely be missing it presently. Do you remember how I was engraving bullets the other day in front of you? Well, it was just to do a big meme. Look no further into that. Also, I shall now misquote my own meme. Ooh woo, oh whoa. Probably makes no difference.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Copy the link. There we go. Muzzle flash, second shooter location, reflection are both. The video captures a flash in the window right. Charlie Kirk were flash in the window right as Charlie Kirk was shot. Let's break this down. Okay, let's watch this.
Last 10 years. Last 10 years. Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
Ooh, hold on. That definitely looks like a flash. I don't know. I think that... No, I think that's edited. That looks edited right there. Look at that. Like a big blotch that just shows up.
Great. Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
I don't know. You know, I don't think, man. There's so many conspiracy theories going around right now. This is insane. so many conspiracy theories going around right now, man. You guys want to take a look at this? Go ahead. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know what to think anymore. People want answers, though. That's what we know for sure. Oh, it says the U.S. has again vetoed a UN Security Council resolution for the Gaza ceasefire, saying it was biased against Israel and favored Hamas.
Those against the draft resolution.
Hold on, what does she got her hand like? Like, what does she got her hand sitting there like this? Zai! Right? That's what it kind of looks like to me.
Has not been adopted, owing to the negative vote of a permanent member of the Council.
The United States rejects this unacceptable resolution. It is beyond time that Hamas release every single hostage now and surrender immediately. The United States will continue to work with its partners to bring an end to this horrific conflict for the sake of the people of Gaza, who deserve a future free from Hamas. U.S. opposition to this resolution will come as no surprise. It fails to condemn Hamas or recognize Israel's right to defend itself. And
just defend itself. Level the whole fucking Gaza Strip's defending itself.
it wrongly legitimizes the false narratives.
Where is Hamas at? Like, I don't even think Hamas is fucking around anymore. Like, they're just, like, where are these guys hiding anymore? Like, the whole place is just leveled. I just don't understand this. Oh, gosh. Oh, where is... Where is Hamas hiding in Gaza? There's nothing left. Okay, let's see what this is.
Never taken money from the Israel lobby, have you?
Taken money from the Israel...
From AIPAC.
So AIPAC raises a lot of money for me.
AIPAC is lobbying for a foreign government. And I don't... It's not.
No.
It's lobbying for the United States.
It wants America and Israel to be closely allied.
It's lobbying on behalf of the interests of another.
You Jew motherfucker, you! So that's not true at all. And if
It's
you...
not true.
No. And
how much contact do you think AIPAC leaders have for the government of Israel?
No idea.
Yeah.
AIPAC
Fucking bullshit.
are Americans, they're not Israelis.
Hold on. There are tons of Americans who lobby on behalf of
Oh, is this bullshit? What's this one say?
foreign governments.
Motherfucker. Wrong one. Like, no, I gotta get the one that says bullshit.
I know them. I'm related to some of them. I know how it works. I'm from here. My only question is, why don't we admit that is what's happening? You're denying it, but it's true. Why aren't they registered?
What?
Hold on.
Motherfucker. As a foreign lobby, you're saying that they don't coordinate with the Israeli government.
Of course, I coordinate. Do they talk with them? I don't know what they do. I can
But
tell
why don't you care?
I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do. What's the object in his hand? Looks like that looks like a gun. Yeah, that looks like a gun. Oh, let's see here. What's too weird? Huh. Well, this dude got the call. Okay, let's hear Nick Fuentes got the call. Let's hear.
What's really interesting about what you said earlier, even when you said what happened in the Arab Spring is the Muslim Brotherhood was ready to go. There's a lesson in this. There's a principle in this, which is that society is coming apart, has been coming apart. We're in the age of complexity, and we have been for a long time, whether you call modernism, postmodernism, the quantum age. People have realized that things are starting to fall apart. And what's interesting about the Israelis is they were writing about this in the 1980s. There's a doctrine by one of their planners named Oded Yanon. He wrote it for a future prime minister of Israel in the 80s. And in that plan, they talk about their strategy for the Middle East, and in there is talking about Gaza and the West Bank and Syria and Iraq and Iran, their adversaries. But what a lot of people miss, a lot of people don't even know about this document. Some know about the military doctrine. But what is also in there is they say that our big enemy is not the Arabs. It's not even the Soviets that give them weapons. They said the big enemy is this modernism, this coming apart. And they said the reason that we are going to survive is because we're going to be strong. Although we're small and few in number.
Yeah, strong, the Samson option. You turn your back on us, we're going to nuke you too.
Although we don't have a big country or a lot of territory, we're solid. We're together. We have a sense of who we are. We're concrete, defined. Whereas the rest of the world is going to be ripping each other apart over ideology, over ethnicity, all these different cleavages. We're going to be strong. And so you look at even like our country right now, and it's like the whole world has turned against Israel. China, Russia, the whole Muslim and Arab world held a conference yesterday. The Organization of the Islamic
well, I wonder why. I wonder why that could be.
Committee and the Arab League, they held this joint meeting. Literally every Muslim and Arab country was there. They put out this.
I wonder why that could be. Is it because people are fucking fed up? We're sick of fighting stuff? Like, whatever that was that Dan or Dave Smith? He said, you know, you got a friend that you bring to the bar every night and he's fighting every time you go to the bar with him. You're going to want to stop going out with that friend. That was a perfect analogy. And, yeah, nobody wants fucking war anymore. We want shit to stop. And yeah, we continue to keep bombing people. Israel continue to keep bombing people. It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
The statement, Western Europe is kicking them out of Eurovision and boycotting in their own way. In America, they're unpopular, and yet they're able to keep doing what they do. And the reason why is because they are more organized. They are more solid than any other group. Even in America, where there's division between right and left, like you said, there's even division within the right. And it's so funny because it's so true. The hard right, the far right, you know, the hard far right, whatever. It's like, but they are absolutely solid. And there's a lesson to be learned from them, which is that is going to be the superpower in this century is organization. Who
organized crime? I don't know. You guys want to listen to this more? Go for it. We're going to keep moving on here. I don't know. That doesn't really sound like he's for Israel. It's like everybody was making it out. Like, oh, no, he's fucking Israel. He's for Israel. He's back and the dude got the call. Breaking. Massive Israel strikes and destructive missiles pounding Gaza right now. Hey, Dad, what is that? Dad, what is that? Oh, that's people killing other people right now. Look at this place. Fucking level, man. God, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. Erica Kirk reveals in a phone call with a very powerful person that she knows what really happened. Only a matter of time before the truth comes out. The full clip clearly states that this was a reference to her knowing everything about Turning Point and had nothing to do with the assassination. This is misleading. Oh, come on. Don't mislead me. Don't mislead me. Damn it. Let's hear the clip anyways.
In the immediate hours afterwards, Erica got a call from somebody very important. I'll leave that vague out of privacy, but she got a call from somebody very important. And the question was, what do you know? Sort of asking how much of what's going on behind the scenes and with the relationship, like, what do you know? And her reply back was, everything.
I don't know. Okay, they're trying to hide this from you.
Fit with his left hand on the rail.
All right, let's hear this.
Notice the man in the military colored outfit with his left hand on the rail. You notice him there? Watch this. Postures. He just shot Charlie Kirk, guys. He just shot Charlie Kirk. He then leaps the rail, and you'll see him right there, running to come to Charlie Kirk's aid. That man just murdered, that man right there just murdered Charlie Kirk. Watch this. You can watch his left hand on the rail. He knows the signal is coming. You'll watch his left hand. He's waiting for the signal. You'll watch him grip that rail with all of his fingers because he knows he's getting close to the signal. Watch this. He now grips the rail. He's going to posture his left hand or his left arm up as he straightens it. The right hand comes up with the palm.
Okay, does it look like there's something there? I mean, he's... I don't know. That definitely looks kind of like something was there. I mean, look at your hand. Definitely a little way darker right there.
He pulls the trigger, there's the recoil, and Charlie Kirk is murdered. Folks, this was a government assassination. This is a communist assassin right here. That man is Charlie Kirk's assassin. I don't know for sure if this was the particular brand of palm gun that was used in Charlie Kirk's assassination, but it was definitely a palm gun just like this one here, or very similar.
Not counting gang violence. Great.
Damn, I don't know. That does. I mean, that looks pretty insane. I mean, he does lift up right there, and it looks like, you know, it's... Who is that guy? We want to know.
We're not counting gang violence. Great.
Damn, that looks... Watch that again. It looks like he does click. He said there, it clicks with his left, his bottom. Like you're gonna, okay, you're gonna press it in. Yeah, you're gonna press in the bottom.
Palm gun, just like.
Okay, let's get up there.
Here, or very similar.
Great. Great.
Yeah, I mean he moves those bottom fingers, man. It looks like something he's getting shot, man. Holy shit. Copy that late. Got it in here. You guys want to check it out? Yeah, I mean this looks very interesting. Remember their names and faces. They share the bravery of the world. Anthony Aguilera, or Zara, retired Green Beret lieutenant, and Josephine Julebe, former Army intelligence officer. Military pilots refused to fly armed planes to Israel. They were later summoned to the Pentagon, forcibly arrested, and placed in military prisons.
You're complicit in a genocide! You're complicit in a genocide! Eddie, there's a genocide! Eddie, there's a genocide! Come on, Eddie! There's a genocide! You're complicit in genocide of the Palestinian people! You are complicit! Come on, Eddie! Eddie, help us! Eddie, help us save them! Come on, Eddie!
How is this not news?
The Israeli terrorists are committing a genocide, and the U.S. Congress and Senate are complicit in funding the bombs that are forcing children to be slaughtered and massacred. Shame on this government. The United States of America is complicit in genocide. The Israeli terrorists are starving children. The Israeli terrorists are starving children. They are massacring children.
If they'll arrest veterans, they'll arrest you.
Stop the bombs! Stop the bombs! Stop the bombs! Stop the bombs!
Stop the bombs. She's 100% right, man. Stop the fucking bombs.
Stop the bombs! Stop the bombs! Shame on you! You're complicit! This is your legacy! This is your legacy!
have to leave.
Hey! You're not allowed to film in the room. That's
So, guys, you have to leave.
civil liberties.
Nope,
They're
you
just
can't.
like completely changed. This
You have to
is
leave.
absurd. You're gonna touch a veteran like that. It's absolutely absurd.
Why are they arresting you? Why are they arresting you?
Aguilera, talk to the camera.
Why are they arresting you?
You're arresting us for speaking out against genocide.
Stop the bombs!
The U.S.
Stop
Congress
the bombs!
is paying for the
Stop
death of children.
slaughtering
Wow. Holy shit.
babies!
Women and children.
Stop slaughtering babies! I can't. Stop fighting. We are being arrested right now for interrupting a foreign affairs hearing on nominations because the U.S. is complicit in genocide. They are complicit in the slaughter of babies.
When the United States Congress comes after veterans, they will come after you. Every American sitting at home right
Damn, I mean, that guy looks decorated.
now needs to realize that you are paying for a genocide. Take this one.
Rise up! Rise up, America! Rise up! It is time to take back this country from these corrupt politicians. It is time. It is beyond time.
We're going out to the loading dock.
Thank you for your service.
Holy shit. That's insane, man. Whoa. That's heavy. That's definitely heavy. Breaking. Tom and Massey got FBI Director Patel admit that high-level U.S. government officials linked to Epstein's crime. I just kept something out of the vent.
Okay, the 2917 timestamp just blows my mind. You're going to want to watch right here.
A bird or what the hell is it? That's gotta be a bird. Yeah.
What am I looking?
It's gotta be a bird. Let's see here. You never seen a bird when you seen one? Was there bugs are flying around? Okay, let's see here. Update Charlie. Who gave TMZ the home video Tyler Robinson? Let's see here.
It's I know it's been said many times, but this is a safe place. This is a calm place. We're right next to, the largest university in the state, but at the same time, they're generally good people.
Steele says they're helping authorities by giving them any footage they have on their outdoor cameras, but he says it's still startling to know the gunman could have been so close to their homes.
We have students going up and down the street all day long, and it's never been a threat to our safety. And so for something like this to happen it's shocking. It's really shocking.
Seems like a good guy. I have no beef with him. Immediately, actually, I was wondering, why were we ever told that it was doorbell cam footage? It obviously was not doorbell cam footage. It's too high. Hence, the height of the footage in general. Secondly, like I said, this clip is from the morning after Charlie Kirk's assassination. So TMZ had already publicized that footage. And so that strikes me as a little odd. That would stipulate that either the feds, like I said, collected that footage the night before and then immediately gave to TMZ, or this guy himself gave it to TMZ before he gave it to the feds.
Oh yeah, I'll pay. Yeah, he's getting paid. He's getting paid by TMZ for sure.
So we're looking into Irwin, and we find that he doesn't just co-own just that one house on the streets. with somebody else named Samuel Steele. But Samuel and his wife, Carrie, are the ones that own the house that gave the footage, not Irwin. But Irwin is saying that he lives in that house, but actually we found some other Steeles that live in that house. And I'm wondering, okay, that seems a little bit confusing. Maybe you're all family. You just go, oh, okay, well, we kind of own all of these houses, whatever. But that strikes me as a little bit odd. I decided to look a little bit further to see like what it was that he was in. Like, you know, what business is your family in? And it turns out that they work for an engineering place, a place that makes called Caldera Engineering. It's a company called Caldera Engineering, and ostensibly they manufacture valves. Okay. Now that stood out to me because I just find that the manufacturing of valves keeps coming up when I look into certain people, because, you know, I'm all about the genealogy, and I could name 3 people that I got curious about whose family manufactures valves. I don't know if that's a big business out in Utah. Also in Canada, when I was looking into Harley Pasternak, that's exactly what his family did. They were in piping and valves. And I'm going, okay, whatever. A local source told me that virtually everyone on that block works for that company. The Steeles are a big family in Orem. Okay, fine. And it's like, yeah, that's something that our source, we have a very good source, said that whole block is pretty much employees of that engineering company, Caldera. Okay, just put that in the back of my mind. Looking for some other witnesses. I decided witnesses pertaining to Tyler Robinson. We have a second witness, and her account is kind of confusing to me, and I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, her last name also happens to be Steele, but this one witnessed something 4 hours away. Her name is Sherry Steele, and she spoke to the BBC about how she had witnessed the police swarm the townhouse of Tyler Robinson and Lance while she was walking her dog in the evening. Here is what she says. I'm going to read it directly here from the article. This is from the article. It reads, Sherry Steele, who lives across the street from the residence, came back from an evening walk to see a large police presence. In a video that she showed the BBC, for some reason the BBC is not publishing this video, a loud voice, which she said belonged to the authorities, can be heard shouting, "Freeze!" and "Come out now." It just kind of blows your mind coming up the street, and all of a sudden there are helicopters above your house, Ms. Steele said, adding that she had never spoken to Mr. Robinson. Okay. Couple of things that don't work about that testimony to me. First and foremost, doesn't work with my timeline. I really care about my timeline here, okay? She says she's walking her dog in the evening. We are told by the feds, well, 33 hours should have been nighttime, right? Their 33 hours should have been 9 p.m. Is when Tyler Robinson,
33 hours.
That turned himself in. But then we found out from other sources that actually it was more like 7 o'clock p.m. You know.
Very, very interesting.
It's I know it's been said many times.
Okay. Oh, here we go. This is that crazy Creating Israel documentary. Go ahead and watch that. Ian Carroll. I'm surprised he's still alive after this one. Post that in the chat. You guys want to take a look at that? The last time Charlie Kirk tweeted Cannon's own was 2021. He fired her from Turning Point. Here's Charlie in June 2024, posted a Kevin's own speech at Turning Point. Why are people lying?
And as you recognize, the last time Charlie Kirk even retweeted you was in March of 2021. Not to mention, the board of Turning Point has come out publicly and disavowed you. You were not Charlie's friend. You were not close with him. He fired you from Turning Point. Why are you pretending? You don't hold any special weight because you used to work at Turning Point. You are not a friend of Charlie Kirk. You were not close with him. You were not somebody.
Candace Owens, the fact of the matter. Sounds like poetry, kids. He can't write sentences. What the heck? This is 2024. But this guy's claiming that they're not friends. Usually this guy has good takes, but maybe a mistake on his part. Maybe not. I don't know. But in addition to this, Eric Boylan, the PD podcast, recently lied too. Wow. Okay. Yep. Gosh, that's crazy. Every time you raise their hand, the U.S. vetoes, more people die. Yep. fucking terrible. Okay, the FBI won't release additional 15 seconds of CCTV footage from the exact same camera angle they already released footage from. The footage of these 2 additional cameras, we should assume that a foreign intelligence agency was involved as professional.
So let's just be honest. This is the CCTV footage we want. FBI Director Kash Patel, if you guys are the most transparent administration in all of human history, and there is nothing to hide about the assassination of Charlie Kirk, why is it that you will not, or you are refusing to release this video right here of 15 seconds prior to Charlie Kirk, or prior to what you did release? This dude is sprinting off the roof. Why are you not willing to release that video 15 seconds prior to show us that, quote unquote, Tyler was laying down on the roof at the exact time that Charlie Kirk was assassinated? Why is it that you're not willing to release that video? That's step 1. Step 2, right here, we went around the campus, and there's another camera. There's plenty of CCTV footage that literally
2,000 cameras around that university.
Would have shown the position, or would have shown Tyler shooting at Charlie, because the camera is literally right behind Charlie Kirk. So why is it that you're not releasing that CCTV footage? There's actually 2 cameras over in the area where the camera that you gave us. So there's another camera. I believe that's up on...
There's cameras everywhere. Fucking cameras everywhere. And yet we can't find out information. Still being hidden and lied to. Major break. Watch this before it disappears. They have you fixated on the wrong roof. 17 minutes before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the UVU Woodbury rooftop reveals what they want buried. The stage is a distraction. Okay, 1206. Let's hear. I think they're claiming right here, guys. Definitely somebody on the rooftop. Somebody's on the Woodbury. That's a tree. Huh. Interesting. Keep the narratives open. Keep an open mind. Keep moving forward. Breaking Candace Owen was able to watch the footage recorded from Charlie Kirk when he was assassinated. She says there's nothing gory about the footage, and there's absolutely no blood from behind him.
Nothing gory about this footage from the back. The thing that really stood out to me, and I just kept asking him to replay it over and over and over again, is that there's no blood. There's no blood from the back. There is no blood. So I think a lot of people were wondering whether or not that bullet pierced and went out the back. I think I vaguely even remember, and Skylar, you can maybe live look this up, but like I thought the feds were saying they were looking for a bullet at some point, which is now very alarming to me. I don't understand that. How could they have been looking for a bullet? Because if I'm not seeing, and there isn't, I'm telling you, what happens in the front is not what happens in the back at all. If I'm not seeing any blood, what are we to take from that? The only thing that could make sense, if what they're saying is true and that person took the shot from the place that they are saying that individual took the shot from, it would suggest that it was inside of Charlie, right? And they would know that. The feds would have known that. So they would have communicated that they were never looking for a bullet. Because remember, one shot. So I'm very confused.
Oh, shit. And then the quarter's coming out now. Looking for a bullet. All right, let's see what this is.
Blood! my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Got have a little bit something there to keep a little normalized in this crazy fucked up world that we're living in here. Gotta look at some of these videos like that. Okay, hold on. Major update. New evidence on Charlie Kirk murder case. Entry wound spotted on neck. If friends sent me this insane clip, zoom in on the exact moment. Watch the indentation and blur from a fast moving object. Bullet hit Charlie's back neck. Shirt jumps up. No impact. Okay, let's see this.
Common sense at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. Okay, so here in a minute, you're going to focus on this area right here in this vicinity, okay? You're going to see a pop, like someone pressing his thumb down on Charlie's neck, and then immediate blur, almost simultaneously, but just pay attention. I'll play it back a few times, and then I'm going to play it through, and I'm going to show you a clear and concise exit wound, okay? So here we go. All right, pay attention. Moment of impact. You see that? You see it bump up? Impact. Shirt jumps up a little bit. You just mean to tell me he's flinching his neck like that? No fucking way, dude. That's an impact of it. You know what? All right? So we'll stop it there. We can see it. All right? Boom. Boom. What is that, people? What is that? That's not an entry wound. Come on, guys. We're being lied to. We, as human beings, we as individuals owe it to Charlie to get this right for him. So if 1 + 1 equals...
Well, I think people need to have a independent autopsy on Charlie Kirk. Fuck it, we probably can't. It's probably too late. Got that one. Okay, it's Matt Gaetz just red-pilled millions of normies watching OANN. That Netanyahu funding Hamas with $30 million a month, and Charlie Kirk suspected there was a stand-down order allowing October 7th as a pretext to unethically cleanse Gaza.
Charlie Kirk openly questioned the story Israel was trying to tell the world about October 7th.
I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand-down order? Was there a stand-down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine.
Holy shit. So Charlie Kirk is saying that if you go to the Gaza border, they have IDF soldiers standing there around the border with machine guns.
Machine gun. That is an IDF soldier. Right? The whole country is surveilled.
There's also another country that asked Qatar to support Hamas. It was Israel. In 2018, Netanyahu himself sent a secret letter to the Qatari leadership. In that letter, he urged Qatar to deliver $30 million a month to Gaza. He said this funding would help reduce the motivation of terror groups to carry out attacks, prevent a humanitarian crisis, and preserve regional stability. So in May of 2025, Netanyahu publicly admitted that since 2018, his government had allowed Qatar to transfer money to Hamas in Gaza, and that was according to his own request. That policy was approved by the full Israeli security cabinet. So if you believe Netanyahu himself, he went from asking Qatar to send money to Hamas to bombing Qatar for not extraditing Hamas.
He doesn't think this serves Israel's interests or the United States' interests.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Qatar just gifted the United States a $400 million jet. Israel sending bombs in return is one heck of a thank you note. On Capitol Hill, Florida Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz is deeply concerned about foreign governments running influence campaigns online in the United States.
It is
totally rampant, allowing foreign governments to just perpetrate these platforms, all of these bots, all of the time to weaponize Americans. You see what's going on here? This is a byproduct of all of that. What's going on in the streets is a byproduct of all of that.
Well, that just sounds awful. We wanted to learn more about these foreign governments.
I wonder if Matt Gaetz is pissed because he's now a part of the Trump administration. I wonder, I don't know, you know, supposedly I heard there was rumors about being, you know, sex offender with, I don't know, you know, but I mean, he's speaking some truth, it sounds like here.
Governments that Representative Moskowitz was talking about and their paid influence operations. And lo and behold, a foreign country has just signed a $45 million deal with Google to spread propaganda. It's Israel. If you don't care at all about Israel or Qatar, you should at least care about U.S. military equipment being used in the most stupid of ways. Israel has the F-35. Qatar has U.S. Patriot missile batteries. Is American hegemony in 2025 really watching our own air defenses shooting down U.S.-funded bombs launched from U.S.-made planes? This reminds me of Syria, when forces funded by the Pentagon were fighting forces funded by...
Oh, wrong one.
What the fuck is going on here?
That's what I wanted, man. What the fuck is going on
the
here?
CIA. This week, U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson held a meeting with AIPAC and Jewish leaders on Capitol Hill. Several reports out of that meeting suggest Speaker Johnson committed to screen potential congressional candidates to ensure they are aligned with the current policies of the Israeli government. I asked Speaker Johnson about this, and he offered this response on record exclusively to our program. When asked if he was going to screen candidates in this way, he wrote back, "No. Shocking that I would be misquoted. The discussion was about general support for Israel, which has obviously been declining. Christians are called to support the people and nation of Israel, but not necessarily its politics." Speaker Johnson didn't fall into this trap.
Those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed.
Those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of, it says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
Where is that?
I can find it to you. I don't have the scripture off the tip of my... You pull out the phone and use the Google.
It's in Genesis. Is the nation
the
God's
descendants of
referring
Abraham.
to in Genesis, is that the same as the country run by Benjamin Netanyahu right now?
Yes.
It is.
I guess we can say this about Mike Johnson. He's probably got a higher IQ than Ted Cruz. Qatar is an ally. I know that because we have a U.S. military base there. Since Vietnam, no country that has willingly invited U.S.
But Israel's bombing Qatar? What the fuck?
Military bases has been bombed by U.S.-funded weapons. We see increasing evidence that Netanyahu wants forever wars.
Can you just bomb Qatar? Because we need to make some more jets and stuff, you know? We got to get these Lockheed Martin, we got to get moving here. Raytheon Aerospace, we need to get some more aerospace products moving. People need some work. Can you just bomb some of our own equipment?
In the Middle East, that's not good for Israel. That's not good for the United States. It's just good for Netanyahu. And his goals sound really awful.
But the fact is now Bibi and the Israeli hard-right government has a mandate. I gotta be careful the way I say this. They're gonna try to ethnically cleanse Gaza.
Holy shit. Wow, that is insane, guys. I gotta post that one. I think I'll post that one on Facebook too, man. That's crazy. Holy shit! Oh, I'm moving up here. I'm posting this one. This is gonna have to go on some social feeds here, man. This is insane here. Wow. Here's some shit for that. He just red pilled a bunch of people breaking FBI. Maybe could concealing the names of powerful individuals linked to Jeffrey Epstein, per Representative Thomas Massey. Yep. 20 of them, at least. There's probably more. Hit her with all the facts.
You said you're pro-Israel. That means you're pro-Zionist. Were you taught they're still God's chosen people?
Yes.
The New Testament says the nation of Israel is no longer God's people. The people of God is the church. Your view about Israel is wrong. They're not God's chosen people. The vineyard is what?
Israel?
And the tenants, the vine dressers, are the rulers, right?
Yes.
And their last chance, their last hope of getting it right was what? The owner, who's God the Father, do as their last chance to get right. He sent his son last of all, right?
Right.
All right. So then Jesus already says what response will be. They'll kill him. When they kill him, what is God going to do?
Therefore, I tell you that the kingdom of God will be taken away from you.
From who?
From the Israelites.
Yeah, so why would you say they're God's chosen people? Jesus just said, when you kill me and reject me, the kingdom will be taken away from you. So where did you get their God's chosen people? You said you're pro-Israel.
Oh, wow. What's this? Meet Israel's so far left they actually trust Hamas. We gotta watch this.
You get your way and the Israeli government falls, right? And withdraw all the soldiers, Hamas remains in power, and
after 2 years...
Why do you need a negotiation? Can't Hamas...
Oh, these guys are for stop the war. Wow.
Let's just release the hostages.
Hamas said yes. When Hamas said...
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I don't think it's all Jewish people. I think it's the Israel government. I think that's what it's stopped. You know, for some reason he's got a fucking power trip. United States government, Israel government.
Yes to the negotiation. Netanyahu said no. Hamas said yes.
And they got signed stop the Gaza genocide. What the hell?
Do you believe Hamas?
Of course I believe Hamas. I don't
Do you believe Hamas?
I believe Hamas more than I believe Netanyahu. Yes, you can quote me. I believe Hamas more than I believe my prime minister. Yes, no doubt.
That is wild. All right, guys. I just think it's amazing.
You know, I'm feeling the same way as an American citizen right now.
Though that you're in Tel Aviv and you're able to do that, and that's what I love about Israel. I think it's a real robust democracy.
Free for the Jews. Free for the Jews. It's an apartheid state.
There are 20% Arabs here, and I've been meeting Arabs all day.
Oh, what were they gonna say?
I've spoken to Israeli Arabs here, and yes, some identify as Palestinian, but when you pose the question to them, where would you rather live?
Why'd you cut it?
Under Israel or any other Arab state, they all want to stay. It's an unfair question because this is the best country in the Middle East.
No, it's an unfair question.
How can you say that we are the best country in the Middle East when we kill 70,000 people? That's genocide. How can we?
That's war. It's sad. It's horrible. It's war.
That's between two equals. No.
That's not true. When is war between two equals? Why does war defined by the two parties?
No, it's not.
When one side came in and really tried to commit genocide, the other side is defending its people.
Why is everything started at October 7th?
It didn't. In fact, it started in 1920, was probably the first terrorist attack, and that was against Jews.
And what happened? And that's all what you know. You don't know about what was done to the Palestinians. You don't know about what happened in 48. Do you know where all this?
I know what happened to the Yemeni people. My family came from Yemen. They were forced out by the Arabs.
You know where those
How far back do you want to go?
Holy shit. Wow. That is insane. So there is people in Israel that feel the same way that Americans feel, that we just want this fucking war to end, and yet we're still not getting that. PNC Bank aired this commercial 2 days before Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Listen.
Okay, hey PNC Bank, why did you shut down Donald Trump's bank account? So you're equal access to voting, or you're not equal access to banking. Would sure be a shame if your conservative clients started closing accounts.
Listen up, you guys. This is the most important video that you guys are going to see that's already being scrubbed from PNC Bank's own website. okay? Shout out to Scripted Reality 169 for pointing that.
God dang it. Okay, come on. Let's get to the video. Is there still music playing in this fucking background?
Like a normal person. What's your father's favorite casserole? Who even eats it anyways? I've been meaning to tell you. Your father's alive. What? We figured out how to pay for school. Dad faked his death so his art would skyrocket in value. He's been down there for months. Had to lay low while I sold all the paintings. Hi, babe. I told the kids. Say hi. Hi, Dad. We're so happy you're alive. Or we could look at a few different savings options.
I've been dying to see some options. So right. Now, for those of you that think this is just another clickbait theory and another conspiracy theory, alongside all of the rest about his shirts, about his microphone, about who actually shot him, have a look at the gematria values of Steve Caldera, the father who faked his death, and Charles Kirk. Once again, this commercial from PNC Bank came out 2 days before the event.
Okay, so he's saying there's some kind of coincidence here. I guess you want to look into it. I fucking hate when these people have these different sounds bites. But I'm trying to listen to the guy and I can't listen to because there's music in the background. Okay, let's see this. The Mossad is the CIA is the Mossad. Israel is America. America is Israel. George Galloway.
You see, for me, America is Israel, and Israel is America. Israel is the 51st state of America. The Mossad is the CIA. The CIA is the Mossad. If you don't believe the extent to which these two countries have merged, then take a look at that Wailing Wall picture from this afternoon, where Marco Rubio, supposedly in Israel to read the riot act about the attack on Qatar, about which more in a minute. Huckabee, Rubio, and Netanyahu, all of them kippered up, kissing that wall again. The abasement of the United States political class to the iconography of Israel, the never-ending subvention of money and material between the United States and Israel has effectively erased any difference that there is in these two states. You see, for me, America...
Wow. It took most Americans years to start questioning 9/11. It took them months to question COVID-19. It took weeks to question October 7th at Gaza. And it took days to start questioning the murder of Charlie Kirk. The era of blindly trusting authority is over. Oh, I'll post that one. I'll get you guys that link right there if you guys want to check that out. Here we go. Let's just get a little something out of the now. The blue dot is now. The glowing dot, that's your present moment. Okay, let's listen to this.
This is the visualization of the present moment. Look at this. Really like the past, present, and future. And so that dot, that blue dot is your present moment. So within that present moment, when you use your voice, you're actually triggering your vagus nerve, which operates your involuntary movements, like your heartbeat, your digestive system, anything that you like cognitively don't think about throughout the day. But when you do acknowledge it, it's actually, again, like a great practice. That's why like meditation and everything really helps you engage and create within the causal plane of all of existence. So you are a God, and God is not insecure about that.
Whoa. Whoa. Not sure what any of that means, but whoa. Sounds deep. For anyone thinking about this absurdity of the official story, some might think, I'll go to UVU and look for myself. Nope, the whole crime scene is literally dug up and rebuilt immediately. Yeah, this is so wrong on so many fucking levels. Yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe that the fucking crime scene. I cannot believe that the crime scene was literally not even a couple days after they started working on it and just destroying the whole crime scene. Like, you figure you would have to. You figure you give it like at least a couple of weeks just to get your hardcore facts straight, right? It just doesn't make sense. Unless you're trying to hide something. If you're trying to hide something, you're paying for construction crews to go there and just wreck the whole place. Wreck the whole crime scene. Take the footage down. Everything. It just doesn't make sense, people. Oh, let's look at this one. This one looks pretty interesting. It's all coincidence, right? Holy shit, no way. What? The second coming is believed to be a literal visible event witnessed by everyone. Holy shit.
Is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? Just a question. You know, that maybe we shouldn't believe everything. That maybe we shouldn't believe everything.
Here too, but they got Charlie Kirk, and it's just heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh. Holy shit. I just gotta say, holy shit. Charlie Kirk's assassination. The official FBI story is falling apart. The bullet caliber is wrong. The trajectory is wrong. The FBI keeps trying to push the narrative, but the online videos of the shooting are exposing the lies. It was an inside Mossad hit.
What appears to be the bullet coming down, and it does line up with the actual gunshot itself.
We're not counting gang violence. Great.
So
I don't know. I'm thinking he was shot from the back. I don't know. We don't know. There's so many different angles, man. This has just been the craziest thing. We want the truth, but then can we even believe the FBI? Like, when the FBI tells you anything, can you believe it? It's the same people that said, "Oh, JFK was Lee Harvey Oswald." Same shit about 9/11 reports. You know, it's like everything. Can we even trust them anymore? Can we trust them? And you're thinking like Cash Patel would be different, and we saw that. He said, "Oh, the FBI director has the black book of Epstein." Well, guess what? Now you're the fucking now you have the black book, Cash Patel. Where's the people? Where's the names? Where's the list? We can't trust the FBI anymore. We can't trust the CIA. We can't trust your own government. Where the fuck are we left to stand here? And he's gotta use your fist, right? Not a Democrat, not a Republican, American. Holy shit, man. I don't know what to think anymore, man. I didn't see any footage of this guy yet, but the black glove is weird.
This might be the real shooter of Charlie Kirk. A few minutes after the shooting of Charlie Kirk, a strange-looking man appeared, wearing a black suit and a glove on his right hand. But we'll get to him shortly. If you look closely, you can see what appears to be a bullet coming from Charlie's right side and hitting him in the neck. You can also spot the muzzle flash at the exact moment the shot is heard. One witness even described where the sound of the shot came from.
I was standing from probably the third row in the bottom. I heard the shot ring out. I looked to my left, and he slumped over and he was carried off. Get off me!
How are you silencing somebody?
Off me!
Looking closer at the footage, a man appears wearing dark glasses, a full black suit, and a black glove on his right hand. He's carrying a large bag that looks heavy, and there are visible straps coming out of it, possibly from a rifle. He moved in a strange and unusual way, walking quickly, almost as if he needed to rush to a plane to get away, while everyone else around him was either standing still or moving at a normal.
Holy shit. Is that the official narrative? I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. I don't know. 97.5% of Israel Jews have absolutely no ancient Hebrew DNA. They're not Semites. Whereas 80% of Palestinians carry ancient Hebrew DNA, they are the real Semites. Israel go around calling everyone anti-Semitic.
If Benjamin Milikowski, a white dude who grew up in Philadelphia, whose ancestors are from Poland, can be an indigenous man from the Levant and become prime minister of a made-up nation, you can be anybody that you want to be. You just have to believe. If Benjamin Milikowski...
Is that Benjamin Netanyahu's last name? Really? Huh. Interesting. Hey, who did this? Oh, we got. Let's look at this.
Wow, like runway model? OnlyFans model. Damn, are you expensive?
The Matrix is a system, Neo.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
That system is full of degenerates. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of the woke system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to pick up a biology textbook. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on their pronouns that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the dude in the red dress? The dude? Look again. Who is it?
That wasn't a woman?
No.
It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you might marry one of them.
What are they?
Transformers. They can move in and out of any gender, regardless of their chromosomes. That means that anyone coming out of the female bathroom is potentially a ladyboy. Inside the Matrix, they can identify as anything, but in reality, it's just delusion.
We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are at the Diddy parties. They are guarding all the doors while they are touching all the kids, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them. Someone. I won't lie to you, Neo. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought this agenda got canceled. But where they have failed, you will succeed. Why? I've seen an agent identify as a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge lawsuits?
No, Neo. If you identify as an innocent human being, you won't have to.
Oh my gosh. Holy shit. I'm going to give you guys the link for that. Oh my gosh. That was hilarious. Oh wow. Breaking. Israel spy says Jews plotting another 9/11. We will have another 9/11 in our country probably within the next 6 months, a year. And when we do it, it will be because the people who have been put in charge of combating terrorism in America are too afraid to say Islamic terrorism. Don't say I didn't warn you. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, let's see what this is. I have some questions about Tyler Robson's master plan to assassinate Charlie Kirk. Let's listen to this.
I got some shit that's not adding up, all right? We're going to talk about these text messages, and we're going to talk about the master plan. Let me show you something.
They try to convince you that Tyler runs through this neighborhood, which you've seen on a door cam. They tell you he's actually walking back this way with one outfit on, that he changes in his outfit, grabs a rifle, puts it down his pants, and walks back this way. Then he comes over here to this parking lot where he shimmies over to here, and then he goes under an underground tunnel and comes up in a parking garage. Then when he's in the parking garage, magically, they lose him after he comes out of the parking garage, and during that 15-minute window that they know that he's somewhere in between here, and he's actually engraving shell casings, and he's engraving racist, fascist, anti-homo rhetoric, LGBTQ rhetoric on the shell casings, which they know, but they can't see him on camera. Then he walks around here, and right here is actually the entry point in this parking lot. Remember that parking lot right there? So you mean to tell me that we have a parking lot right here, we have an empty parking space right here. This probably would have been more empty at 8:30 in the morning when he arrived on campus, and half the classes hadn't started yet, but I digress. So then he comes out of here, and he jumps up right here. So right on the edge of this parking lot is this walkway where he would have walked across the walkway, literally just jumped over a railing and got on the roof. So you mean to tell me that this kid pulls up this whole magic, elaborate plan and walks over just to get to this parking lot where he literally could have parked here, got out of the car with a rifle and some type of bag or some type of towel, then walked onto the walkway, took the shot, and then came right back here, jumped off the roof, and literally walked right into his car? All right, so now check this out. It gets even better. So here's revealed Charlie Kirk's assassin suspects text messages in full. They just released his full text messages. Okay, so let's get in with this. All right, ready? Here's his confession.
Mr. Robinson allegedly confessed to the assassination by hiding a note for his boyfriend. He placed the message under a keyboard at their shared home, saying he planned to take out Charlie Kirk, according to a text exchange. He wrote, "Drop what you are doing. Look under my keyboard." The message is revealed by officials said. The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it." After reading the note, Mr. Robinson's boyfriend asked if he was joking, planned to retrieve alleged murder weapon and a text to his boyfriend. Mr. Robinson said he could reach the spot in a wooded area.
Hold on, I want to see what these alleged texts. Well, you're joking, right? I am still okay, my love, but I am stuck in OREM for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long as I come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I'd hope to keep it a secret till I die of old age. I'm sorry to involve you. You weren't the one who did it, right? I'm sorry. I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude. Then they interrogated someone in similar clothing. I plan to grab my rifle at the drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down.
And to retrieve alleged.
It's quiet. It's quiet. Almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering.
Murder weapon in it.
Why? Why did I do it? Yeah.
Text to his.
I had enough of this hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it.
Boyfriend. Mr. Robinson said he could reach the spot in a wooded area near Utah Valley University.
Okay, hold on. Let's go forward a little bit. How long have you been planning this? A bit over a week, I believe. I can get as close to it, but there's a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. I wish I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got my vehicle. I'm worried that my old man would do if I bring it back. My grandpa's rifle. I'd eat K if I had a serial number, but it would trace it to me. I worry about the prints. I have to leave it in the bush where I change outfits. I didn't have the ability at the time to bring it with me. I might have to abandon it. Hope they don't find the prints. How the fuck will I explain the losing to my old man? The only thing I have left is the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The F messages are mostly a big meme. If they see it, notice this bulge, UWU, on Fox News. I might have a stroke. Alright, I'm gonna have to leave it. It really fucking sucks. Judging from the day I said my grandpa's gun does just fine. I don't know. I think it was a 2K scope. This sounds fucking weird. This sounds really weird. Deletes this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says his grandpa wants to know who was what. The feds released photo of the rifle. It's very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Wow. Oh, here we go. Ben Shapiro gets put in his place. You're a poison to American society.
In the American public, and what you've been perpetuating, racism, white supremacy, and the genocide that is being carried out on the Palestinian people.
How does it feel to stand for Hamas? Does that feel good to you? Do you feel good standing in solidarity with a terrorist group that has murdered 1,200
I feel very good
Jews
standing
and
in
keeps
solidarity
people
with Palestinian people who have been murdered by Israel, by U.S. paid tax dollars and bonds, and you have continued to spew hate.
Hamas could not start a war on behalf of its
American
citizens and then shoot
societal
its own citizens, and you stand for it, makes you a disgrace
The
to
people
human
in
dignity and
Palestine
human
have been
rights.
occupied for 75 years.
You're the
And the
disgrace.
blood is on the hands of every person in this Congress and every person who watches your propaganda of hate, white supremacy, and racism. You have been poisoning the American public for them to also be complicit in what is going on in Palestine. Shame on you and shame on every one of you who have invited them into this building.
Wow. Yep, I agree. I have to agree. Harvard psychiatrist John Mack interviewing the school children who saw the UFO over their playground in Zimbabwe, 1994. Their faces say it all. History is right here on tape.
What scared you?
The noise.
What noise?
The noise that we heard in the air.
You heard a noise in the air? What was it like? Like a roar or a buzz or a hum or what kind of a noise?
It was like someone was blowing a flute. It was scary myself.
It was scary because you saw something yourself?
Yes. I saw little objects hovering. It was quite big actually, and then there was little ones all around it. We saw something silver, and then we quickly ran to the logs, and we saw a silver thing, and we saw a man standing next to it.
What did it feel like when he was looking at you?
I felt scared.
It felt scary? What was scary about it?
Well, I felt scared because I've never seen such a person like that before.
Did you see the eyes? What did they look like?
They were going like that.
Where was the pointy part? Was the pointy part in here or was the pointy part out there? Up there. And what was the feeling when you looked at the eyes?
It was scary.
Mm-hmm. And what scary? Why? What made it scary?
The eyes looked evil.
Evil. Mm-hmm. And what was evil about them? Say what you mean by evil.
Probably evil because, I mean, fuck, you'd never seen anything like that in your face of Earth. Like, how... Of course you would think it's evil.
It looked evil because it was just staring at me.
With what? Staring at you as if what? As if to do what?
As if it wanted to come and take us.
As if it wanted to come and take you. That was the feeling you got? That it wanted you to go with it? Did you feel like you wanted to go with it? No. Did you feel, what was the effect on you when you felt it wanted to have you go with it?
I just walked away and I started crying.
They came running up here in such a panic. And, I mean, even if we had staged it, they could not have run all together like that. Even if we practiced it, I don't know how many times. But they came up here like a living snake. And they just came, we were in a staff meeting and we just heard them screaming, ah! And then they were here, you know, and a child can't make that up.
I was very skeptical in the beginning as well. I believed that they'd seen something, but I wasn't prepared to accept that it was anything supernatural or anything like that. But I think the consistency of what's been going on indicates that it was more than I was prepared to admit in the beginning.
So both of them were running. One was running in the trees, and the other one was running across the ship, because there were also trees here.
Mm-hmm. The eyes were like more pointed as they came in toward the center of the head, is that?
No, more circular. And this was all black in here.
All black. Now you've made pupils. Did they actually have pupils or black?
White.
What?
The pupils were white like that.
You saw white in the center?
Yes, like that.
Was he near the silver object, or was he far
That
from
was
it?
on top.
On top of the silver object. Okay. And did you look at him?
Yes.
Did he look at you?
Yes, then he gave me the creeps, then I stopped looking
Gave you
at him.
the creeps. Actually, in your drawing, you showed him standing up, didn't you?
Yes, I had to draw him standing up, was up in drawing sitting.
Wow, they definitely, I mean, the kids definitely see something. Michael Jackson and the Jew. Let's hear this.
Footage of the video shoots of Rabbi Marvin Heyer, an activist for Jewish causes, who was outraged because last June Jackson sent him a letter of apology for singing those lyrics.
I'm shocked. Jew me, sue me, kick me, kike me. Those are the words that he told us that he would never use.
Anti-Semitic.
I want people to get the picture. Yeah. So they shut up talking about don't Jew me. You understand? Yep. In other words, they don't say Michael Jackson is a very bad person and he should be convicted of this child molestation because he said don't Jew me in a song.
Like this can depend on the testimony of the child accuser.
In general, the child will be able to recall and recollect with some detail the incident, and that is persuasive to a jury, even if it is the only testimony that is available.
Should we light the candle?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Jackson gave a wave when he was released after booking. He's scheduled for arraignment in January.
Michael's been a long-time resident of Trump Tower, and last night the Donald strongly reiterated his defense of Jackson with Larry King by going after the accuser's mother.
She's had plenty of experience at going after people, and she goes after them viciously and violently. Michael would spend a lot of time with my kids. I have beautiful kids, and at the time, like at Mar-a-Lago, and even in Trump Tower, the kids were very young. Michael would come, play with the kids. He just loved children. He was not a child molester.
They murdered Michael Jackson after he started talking about Jews. And I'm not going to say that what he said about them was right or wrong or whatever, but it is a fact of history.
He was in Brazil to shoot the music video for his song, They Don't Care About Us. Last year, he angered Jewish groups when he sang these words. Michael then gave in to pressure and changed the song. But in Brazil, the controversial lyrics were back, and he sang it this way.
There's been another issue raised.
They don't really care about us.
In a song, you say, Jew me, sue me. And some people are saying that that is anti-Semitic.
Oh, anti-Semitic.
It's not anti-Semitic because I'm not a racist person. I could never be a racist. I love all races of people, from Arabs to Jewish people, like I said before, to blacks. But when I say Jew me, sue me, everybody do me, kick me, kike me, don't you black or white me, I'm talking about myself as the victim.
Apparently Michael Jackson...
Yeah, he's telling himself, yeah, he probably feels that way. Shit. Oh, let's see this. An 1836 Bible.
Can you tell us why did you buy that? This Bible, I bought it in an antique store. It's from roughly, I think, 1825 or 1836, between that area. And the first thing about this Bible that I noticed was the first page. This is a map of Palestine. It's a map of Palestine, not Israel, which is very, very interesting. Also, what's very interesting is I perused, the verses. One of my favorite verses is Matthew 7, verses 21 through 23. And some of the verses were gone. They're just not there anymore. I looked for them, and they're just not there. What are these verses all about? This verse is about Matthew 7, verses 21. Many will say to me on that, and this is Jesus talking, and this is another huge point about Christianity, and this is Jesus speaking. Many will say unto me on that day, Lord, Lord, calling him God. Jesus speaking. Lord, Lord, we used to pray in your name, in the name of Jesus. We used to work miracles in your name. And we used to cast out demons in your name, in the name of Jesus, not God. What does Jesus say? Get away from me, you evildoers, you lawless people, you workers of iniquity. Get away from me. This is Jesus on the day of judgment, disowning his own people. Why? Because they didn't worship God. They did everything in the name of Jesus.
The key to this is to realize that even Jesus realized and knew that you shouldn't pray to him because he was merely a mortal man. He knew that we needed to pray to a higher power, a higher being, whether you want to call it source, God, spirit, nature. They removed these verses because they want you to place your energy into Jesus, who they torture on the cross and they torture through the Eucharist and communion. Jesus wanted you to place your belief and your energy in praying to a higher power, to a power that governs all of us. And the next element of this is to show that the Bible is tainted. It's tainted to bend to the will of man, tainted to evil. He even says that they were evildoers who prayed to Jesus.
Whoa. Yep. It's tainted. X-Sniper really discovers what really happened. Okay.
Look at this. Because I was thinking, well, maybe the footage is so grainy we just can't see it. But we can see it very clearly on his bodyguard. And I would imagine they invest in similar products and that Charlie would have the same type of thing. Close, right? But I don't see anything. I don't see anything. No earpiece. Zoom out. I'm looking. No earpiece. But we do have a necklace. This and to the other YouTuber that we were just watching, he's saying that this is like, he's monitoring this, but this would be a recorder for himself, a backup audio. All media teams do this. When I've been a videographer for the last 10 years, and I do this all the time, just to get a backup source of his audio, because the microphone, sometimes he pulls it away, sometimes not. The words can get lost, but this would be a consistent source of audio that the media team could always use to repurpose for the videos. So I'm looking, and this is really grainy, but you'd think I would see something. The necklace we see, right? And here's a good shot.
He does not have an earpiece. So that has to be blood flying. When we've seen it in the videos before, that has to be blood flying. That's no earpiece.
I just don't see it. Maybe it's there. I don't see it. But what we do have is the necklace. And what I am going to go ahead and say for myself is it's the necklace that lifts the shirt up. It's a long necklace. He wears it all the time. It's clearly a necklace. It's not a wire like the YouTuber was saying that's wrapping around. And it matches the distance. If we go back to the shot, the way the shirt gets.
So he's getting mad. So he get bullets coming from his back right side. He gets yanked out, kind of, and then out the front.
Kind of pulled up in one area. It's not like if it was Kevlar, it would lift pretty evenly. Yeah, this gets pulled up to the side, and it gets pulled up all the way to his ear, really similarly to the length that I would assume the necklace is. And I think the way it balls up there, I think the cross of the necklace is here. And this is interesting. Up here you see this wire that moves.
I think it's blood.
What? That wire... Is that maybe the necklace?
That's what I'm talking about. I think that's blood. No earpiece. Our right back side. Okay. Yep, I like this. Being awake is a blessing and a curse. Let's see this.
Is anybody else just fed up with the absolute distraction, deception, lies that everything feels like? It's really hard when you're awake and you have such a deep awareness. It's lonely. It's lonely because no one understands you. People start to think you're crazy. I've been, isolated, essentially. I feel like God has isolated me to a point where I am forced to work on my relationship with him. I am forced to find peace in him. And when you find that, it's not something you want to let go of, and you crave more and more and more of it. And you go through this so many times that you start to just feel different. You start to live life differently. It's hard for me to ignore deception. Things going on in the royal family, things going on in Hollywood, things going on with the elites. Like, we all know what's going on. Most of us at this point are awake to it, but you start to see it so fast and so clearly, and it's kind of a lonely place to be, because you start speaking out about the truth, which is crazier than fiction sometimes. And it's...
Oh, she goes on a rant for 4.5 minutes here.
Elites, like, we all know what's going on. Most of us at this point are awake to it, but you start to see it so fast and so clearly, and it's kind of a lonely place to be, because you start speaking out about the truth, which is crazier than fiction sometimes, and it's crazy to people, and they don't understand it. And when you are living with such a deep understanding of the truth, and and you can spot so clearly when someone is walking in true Jesus ways and when they're not, and I'm not perfect.
I don't think you have to walk in true Jesus ways. I think you always have to just walk in the truth. Speak the truth. I don't ever lie. I've always spoke the truth, and I'm always going to speak the truth to you guys and what I believe, and I'm always going to stand up for what I believe in. So, if I was wrong, I'll admit I was wrong. If it all of a sudden comes out and we find out information that Israel wasn't a part of this, I'll have to say that. But until then, I'm going down all possible avenues. I think for Charlie Kirk, I think we need to go down all possible avenues. Look at this crime scene, because you know what happened to JFK, 9/11, all these different things, man. Somebody has to know what the hell happened here. And we're not being told the full truth. I don't think we'll ever get the full truth of what happened. And now the bullet just magically stops. And his neck bone's fucking Man of Steel. I don't think so, guys. I just don't think so.
Not even close. But I do my best to live like the Bible wants us to live, right? And when you see other people
live like the Bible wants you to live, I think you just gotta live, respect other people. Don't break the law, tell the truth, be kind, courteous to other people. What else do you have to do? It's just morals. You just live by good morals. You don't have to live by the Bible. If you want to, that's your right. Go ahead. But just live by good morals.
Being deceptive. And then there's all these people out there that, will be so quick to cry, oh, you're such a conspiracy theorist. Like, we're talking about living in truth here, okay? It's not even about the actual theories that are happening. It's just that we're clear that there's deception, and we just want the truth at this point. We want to live with honesty and transparency, and man, it's so hard. And I find myself in such a deep awareness of God and protecting my peace so much that it's hard to be around other people. The meaningless, what's the weather doing today? What'd you do this weekend? Oh yeah, we're going on a trip. All that stuff is just, it's fine, but it's not, I crave honesty and truth and transparency and deep connections with people and deep conversations about life, about what's going on in our world, about God, about...
Yeah, I like to have deep conversations with people also. And all different types of views around life. My wife, on the other hand, No, she doesn't want to have it. She wants to go to be like a hermit in the woods and speak to nobody and just have a whole bunch of cats, man. But I think that's why we mesh together so well.
You know, how hard it is to be awake sometimes, to be walking in a more biblical way and turning your life over to Jesus and what that looks like. And I find it tough. Even people that are, you know, in the church, I feel like are all hiding in something. You know, we're not.
Yeah. One reason I don't follow the path of Jesus the Lord anymore. I mean, fucking every time you turn around, there's a pastor, sexually assaulting some kid or something. You know, what the fuck is going on there, guys? So, I mean, whatever.
Being honest and truthful with each other, because we're either ashamed or we feel guilty or whatever. But you know, it's so important that we can. I recently heard it's so important that we confess these things and confess our lives and be truthful and be honest. And that's what I want. And finding people who understand that. I mean, it's like, where? It's funny because I see people on this app and I'm like, I know they're out there, right? Like we know that there are other people like us out there, but how come they're not in my friend circle? Why don't they live closer? Why are they not in my immediate friend circle? It's just a lonely place sometimes. Being awake is extremely lonely. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And what do you do with that? That's why I just keep digging in deeper. You know, I just dig deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm doing this Bible study right now about, you know, our identities in Christ. And it's like, man, I've had it wrong this whole time. I have literally worried more about what my title has been at my job. My friends have thought about my situation or circumstance.
Yeah, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, including you. Okay? I don't care about anything. I mean, I care about my family and stuff. I care about friends. But I just don't care what anybody thinks.
This is what my relationships have said about whether I'm worthy to be chosen or valued or respected or not, that like I've completely lost sight of what we should be looking at, and that is God, and God first and foremost. And now I see darkness and evil so easily. It's hard. I can't listen to the same music I used to listen to. I don't see Hollywood the same. I don't see elites the same. I see the deception. I see everything for what it is. And it's like, man, everything that we thought we knew is not what we knew. It's not. And finding people that understand that and can like really go into those conversations, it's difficult to find.
Yeah. It's very difficult to find. She's beginning to make some sense.
Just to clarify for your listeners, the U.S. already provides nuclear-armed Israel with $3.8 billion annually in foreign aid. In 2024, in the security supplemental, we gave $8.7 billion to Israel. During the recent 12-day war with Iran in June, the U.S. used 15 to 20% of our terminal high-altitude area defense missile stockpile defending Israel. That cost the United States somewhere over $800 million. It's important to note that since 2006, we've spent over $15 billion supporting these Israeli missile defense systems. Here's what is something important to understand. While we're 37 trillion in debt, Israel is less than 400 billion in debt. And they're doing so well with their economy. They're able to provide state-funded health care for Israeli citizens. They're able to provide state-funded college. It's not anti-Semitic to say that America should keep our money and invest our own hard-earned tax dollars in our own interest, especially for a country like Israel that is nuclear armed and that is doing so well economically. They're able to provide state-funded healthcare and college. I don't think that's a country that needs our assistance, especially how they've shown the entire world that they're very capable of annihilating and wiping out their enemies.
Let's go, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Fuck yeah. Nothing is by mistake. It's one big club. Oh, shit. Now we're getting into some really deep conspiracy theories.
Just know that nothing is by mistake. Nothing. I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband. Well, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line. And I remember looking behind me. And in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Did you know that the Prime Minister of Israel before Netanyahu was assassinated? Did you know who they blamed it on in 1995? No, I don't know. Let's find out.
Hey, did you know that the Prime Minister of Israel before Netanyahu got assassinated? And then some Israelis actually blamed. Well, I'm just gonna let it run. I'm just gonna let it run.
Then, as Rabin was leaving, that's him coming down the ramp. The man in the blue t-shirt approached. 3 shots from behind.
The Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, the architect of the Middle East peace process, has been assassinated.
The
Peace protest.
assassin, a right-wing Israeli Jew, Yigal Amir.
Truly shocking news from the Middle East tonight. Israel's Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin has been assassinated.
Evening spent dreaming of peace turns into a national nightmare.
Outside the hospital, the crowd began to chant, "Bibi is a murderer." The sign says, "Bibi, Rabin's blood is on your hands."
Holy shit. Wow, man. Yeah, that's insane. That is insane. 1995. That's when Bibi took over? Oh, that's when Netanyahu took over? That, man. Wow. And it was for peace. They're going to have peace. Finally. What you wanted. Oh, we got a crazy show tonight, guys. But I appreciate your time. Appreciate you stopping in, checking out the show. Comment, like, subscribe. You know, what do you guys think? You think the 30-06 magically, the bullet magically stopped? You think it's someone else? You think it's someone else getting shot? Charlie Kirk? What do you guys think? Put your comments below. I'll look into them. I'll post this on Rumble. I'll post this on X. Also going for another show, man. So I appreciate you guys, and thanks for watching, and peace out. Till next time.